In this video, I want to show you how to create the pipes so they look good in the 2016 version of AutoCAD Civil 3D. 2015 had these types of pipes, but they were actually 2D boundary lines. At least that's what they are represented as. So once you get your pipes put into your profile, if it looks like this, what you'll need to do to fix it and clean it up is select the pipe, right-click, and say Edit Structure Style. Okay, you can also do that from the ribbon. It's just quicker to do it by selecting it, right-click, Edit Structure Style. When that pops up, you're going to get structure styles. You're going to have information in the model, the plan view, the profile view, section view. We want to look at the profile view. See how it says structure, display as boundary? We want it to say display as solid. Previous versions showed it fine using display as boundary, but in version 2016, it has caused errors in the structure style. So change it to display as solid, apply, and OK. So now it actually looks like a solid object in here. So you'll have to do that for, sometimes you can do it for one and it'll actually update the whole system, but sometimes you actually have to do it individually. Depends on the structure top that you've already selected. Apply and OK. Okay, so see how these two did exactly what I needed them to do? It's because it's the same style, where this is a different style. If I look at the plan view, then you can see these are hole inlets and this one was a manhole. So these two automatically changed when I adjusted the style here. Now, something else that I want you to be aware of is when you're doing the storm, you have another option to create storm inlets, and that is, I'm going to show you quickly here. You can go underneath Pipe Networks, pull it down, and create Pipe Network Creation Tools. So I'm going to pick it, and then I'm going to just say Storm 2. I'm just going to give it another name because Storm 1 might already be used. The surface is the local, the alignment is Road 2, and I'm going to do Data with Connected Storm Pipes. And I'm going to leave that as is. So I'm going to say OK. When you've got this toolbar up, what you want to first do is change is you're going to come down and change the structure style to concentric. And you're going to change, I'll show you again, it's concentric cylinders, it's the first one. Now you're going to change the pipes itself to a concrete circular pipe, so I'm going to do the 24-inch. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to pull it down and say pipes and structures. What that allows you to do is to go ahead and if you want to connect to an existing system, let's say I wanted to put half inlets and connect down, I could actually start putting pipes on the drawing. And when it hovers next to an existing structure, if it's on its own network, you can't connect to a previous network. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this into the pond and escape. So if I wanted to adjust this network, I would have to say I want to modify that one. Now here's the other thing. So when I click on this, I can right click, and before I showed you how to do structure properties, change the information. Let's say I want to change to S-1. And then oops, I already used that one. So I'm going to do S-10. I'm just picking one. The style I can change here, but I want to show you, let's say I do type 6, apply and OK. Well, this isn't a hole, this isn't a low point, so this inlet's the wrong inlet to use. It should be a half inlet. So here's another option. This is why I always have my properties box up. When I click on that structure top, I can actually come over here to information, go style, and change to a 5. Now here's the additional piece of information. When you're doing the location, you can't leave the inlet way out here in the middle of the road. You're going to have to move it over. And this, if the water's flowing from this point up here down toward the intersection here, this is the wrong inlet to use. You're going to have to change it to make it, so I'm going to go right. Oops, I fibbed. That was the correct one. So it's actually a left. 6. When I rotate this, the major portion, this is what's called the throat, this area right here, that needs to be where water is flowing to. So water flows in and dumps into this portion of the inlet. Now, this line right here, and I'll just draw a line on top of it so you can see what I'm talking about. This point to this point right here should be your edge of pavement. So when I take this, and I'm going to delete this line for right now, when I take this, I need to rotate it where I can see that it's parallel. So the little blue dot, the circular dot, allows me to rotate the solid object, the structure. Now, see how this aligns with this? This is all by visual sight. There's no rotation specific that you can do. It's more as a visual. Now, I've adjusted the inlet to be at the edge of the curb. I'm going to change this one to escape. I'm going to change this one here to a storm manhole, and I'm going to move it outside into the grass area. And then I'm going to change this one to a mitered end section, MES. And it's going to be a 4:1, and I'm going to use a 24-inch pipe. And then grip this and rotate. Now, the difference that happens here is as I design using the network layout tool is that it automatically puts the inverts in for me. Now, the reason that it knows what elevations to put it in here is because of sets of rules that have been created. I'm not going to go over those now, but let's just say it automatically knows that it wants to drop a certain elevation below the ground and hold percent slope. Tip, these typically are not what you're going to hold when you do the design. You're going to have to go back and adjust the elevations. But this is one way to get the pipes into the drawing. The next thing I want to show you is, let's say I want to connect a pipe. Here's my half inlet. Let's say I want to connect another half inlet across the street. So in Prospector, we can see that we have two networks going. We're going to be working on Storm 2 as our network. To access Storm 2, click on the object, right click, and go Edit Network. What pops up is that same layout tool. Now what we want to do is we want to add a system across. Now since I'm working on Storm 2, if I say I want an inlet here, when I connect, when I go hover around this opposite inlet, notice that there is a little orange, kind of like a circular star above my pipe. That means I can connect to this inlet directly. So I'm going to click and see what it does. And now I'm going to hit escape. Let me pull this text out of the way so you can see it. Hold on. Now, see how this directly connects to that one? When I see that little orange round, like a star-shaped thing, that allows me to connect directly to it. And this becomes one entire network. Now notice that if I look at this, the invert out is 117.64 and the invert in is 116.84. But the invert out, back out of this pipe, is 117.66. So that's just wrong. The out is actually higher than the invert coming in. So what we're going to need to do is we'll need to adjust that, and I'll show you that in a later video. At this point in time, I just want to make sure that you know how to connect and use the Storm system. All right, that's it for this video right now. The major thing is how to adjust your structure here in your profile view in 2016. If you're using 2015, if you already have that at home, it should work as previous drawings. All right? Thanks.